Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whichever one did say. Welcome to the Armory, welcome to Full Time Sports Network, welcome to X. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the match preview for tonight's game, 7:30 kickoff. I'm not 100% sure what it's on, to be honest, tonight. Let's have a quick look. I actually don't know who's showing it, if anyone. I haven't got a clue on it. It's 7:30 kickoff. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Sky Sports main event. Yeah, so they're showing the other ones as well at 7:45 and 8. So, yeah, 7:30 kickoff for tonight's game. Obviously, I've had to do a slightly different show because obviously this is the Carabao Cup. We don't know how each team are going to take to it. So I've taken out the battles tonight because I don't feel that that's necessary because I'll be honest, I couldn't guess who's up against who. Yeah, it's slightly depleted show, but we do face Palace on Saturday, which will be back to normal because that's the Premier League. So it should be more normal by then. Big up to Chris saying, big up, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're well too, Chris. But yeah, let's get on to the form guides of both teams. Obviously, it's the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. It depends where their heads are. Like, do they just want to focus on the Premier League, rest for this game? They might rest some big players. You don't know. Rotate and go on for the Saturday's game because obviously Saturday game is Premier League. That's where the money is. Let's be honest. Carabao Cup, you don't win much. To be fair, even if you do actually win it, you don't win much. So yeah, form guide for both teams. Arsenal's is all right. We drew 0-0 with Everton. Drew with Fulham. Beat Man United. Beat West Ham. Beat Forest. Crystal Palace beat Brighton, drew with City, beat Ipswich, drew with Newcastle, and drew with Villa. So they've been having quite a lot of draws. Yeah, I heard this. I read this the other day, and I know you called it ages ago. But yeah, I just feel that's not the right decision for him. I think that's going to stunt his career. Personally, that's just what I think. I know a lot of people think differently regarding Red Bull. I just think it's going to hold him back. I don't think Max will like to have someone that's actually a good driver competing against him because Lawson does look good. But yeah, we'll see how that goes out. I don't think it's going to be a good match, if I'm honest. Liverpool looks like they're making lots of changes for that tonight potentially. Yeah, this is the thing. This is a very hard show to do when you're doing a match preview, especially with the way that I do it. Because obviously I respect the opposition a lot. But obviously tonight, my 5 to watch are literally my 5 to watch, and they'll be the same 5 to watch at the weekend. Just so everyone's fully aware, I'm not going to change my mind. Unless one does play tonight and they get injured or suspended, whatever. But my 5 to watch tonight will be my 5 to watch at the weekend as well. Agreed, mate. Did video on it this week saying, look at Albon. Gasly didn't work. Sonoda would have earned it more, but car crash for the team. Missed the trick with science. Yes, 100%. Yep. I just don't think it's a good move for Lawson. I honestly don't care about Red Bull. Everyone knows I don't like them. But for Lawson, I think that's the wrong move for him personally. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But I just don't think it's the right decision. Right. So that's the form guide. Situations and what teams are in or what position. Arsenal are in 3rd. Crystal Palace are in 15th. Sorry about their colours, but their colours are really weird and they don't clash very well. Arsenal won 8, drawn 6, lost 2. Crystal Palace won 3, drawn 7, lost 6. But their form has been turning recently. They started really poorly, but they've turned it around a little bit at the moment. Goals scored per game is 1.8 compared to Crystal Palace 1.1. Goal conversion is 13% for Arsenal, 8% for Crystal Palace. Goals conceded per game is 0.9 for Arsenal, 1.3 for Crystal Palace. Chances created per game for Arsenal is 3.3. Crystal Palace are on 2.5. Clean sheets, 6 for Arsenal, 3 for Crystal Palace. Average possession per game for Arsenal is 54.5% compared to Crystal Palace's 43.5%. XG for Arsenal is 27.5 compared to Crystal Palace's 22.3. Shots on target is 5.2 per game with Crystal Palace's 4.7. Accuracy in passes per game is 401 compared to Crystal Palace 305.5. Accuracy in long ball is 18.9% compared to Crystal Palace, which is 22.4. Accuracy crosses 4.7 per game compared to Crystal Palace's 3.6. XG conceded per game per season, 14.4 for Arsenal, 22.5 for Crystal Palace. Fouls per match, 11.9 for Arsenal, 10.9 for Crystal Palace. Goals, these are Premier League goals, by the way. Open play, 18 for Arsenal, 9 for Crystal Palace. Set piece, 8 for Arsenal. Oh, look, Crystal Palace have scored 6. How about that? Free kicks, none for each team, which is quite surprising for Crystal Palace because they've actually got a couple of players that are actually very good at free kicks. 2 penalties for Arsenal, 1 for Crystal Palace, 1 own goal apiece. Whew, there we go. Right. I would even take a punt on Bottas for a season. He's great number 2, but Sauber ruined his chances for top team. Yep, totally agree. Also, Bottas has Mercedes link. Why it won't happen? Yep, agree. Rio Ngumbea. Could be on the bench for us tonight, making me excited. I've seen him. Yes, he has a talent. Yes, he's got some moves, that kid. Yeah, I've heard a lot about him, seen a lot about him as well. Yeah, he's a very good talent, that young lad. Right, let's get into the injury lists. This is current situation. So White, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Calafiori are out. Rice is a doubt for Crystal Palace. Wharton, Riyad, Warner, Ward, and Franca are out for Crystal Palace. I'm officially Williamson in now, Bobby, because I'm that petty. Hull fans want him out, so I'm petty saying I'm Williamson in. Yes. Don't change, Chris. Don't change. Just be you, mate. Love it. No, Zinchenko out injured. That's your best player. Well, saying that, people have still picked him, mate. But big up to Cole. Right, let's get into this. My 5 to watch. Okay, so Crystal Palace obviously had a bad start to the season, but they've still got quality players, and I'm sure there's a few players that we would all take from them. One being Marc Guéhi. I would love to see him at Arsenal. I think he's quality. I think he's way above Crystal Palace standard, if I'm honest. Daniel Munoz, right wing back, if you want to call him that, but he is a very good right back and attacking right back as well. And everyone knows how much I love my fullbacks. So Daniel Munoz is on there. Will Hughes, hardworking midfielder. I've watched his career for a very long time since since his Derby days. Will Hughes has been someone I've followed for a long time. Eze, we don't need to know why. It's just obvious. Eze is way beyond Crystal Palace level. Could easily get in the City lineup, United lineup, Arsenal lineup, Liverpool lineup. We'd all pick him. So yeah, Eze has to be talked about because he is quality. And the reason I've gone for Eddie is, yes, he has yet to score a goal, which is obviously as a striker is what you're meant to be doing. He does work hard for the team, which he did for us, to be fair. But I've put Eddie in there because I have to. Because if I don't mention him, knowing my luck, he'll bite me on the butt tonight. And I will regret it. It takes time, impossible to go back up. Give him time, Rams. I'm now using it. Eddie hat-trick incoming. I'm trying to protect myself, if I'm honest. I agree with 4 of the 5 your funds to watch. Mateta over Nketiah for me. Yeah, as an Arsenal fan, I can't choose Mateta. I'm not the greatest fan of Mateta, if I'm honest. But I've had to go with Eddie because of the Arsenal problem. I could just imagine the headlines if Eddie scores 2 goals tonight against us and knocks us out. I can just imagine the headlines tomorrow. I can imagine the fan base as well. So I'm protecting myself as much as possible. He has been working very hard for the Palace team, but he just does not score. But yeah, I feel like, mate, I'm the same. I do question his age because I feel like I've known him for about 10 years. It probably is around that now. But yeah, Will Hughes is quality midfielder. I do like him. Gay, great centre back. Munoz, very good wing back. Hughes, so underrated if it was so called. Hughes, 100%, yes. Not been great, but still good. Yeah, I honestly think the Eze situation is more to do with the fact that he wanted to leave. No one came in for him. I think that's literally what it was. For me, there was a couple of things that held up Eze from leaving last summer. And I do expect him to either go in January or next summer at least. And then you'll see the true Eze again. I just think his head's not in the right place, and you get that sometimes, and you're definitely not going to drop him. No way Will is 29. I don't believe that for a single second. If I put him down, I'm pretty sure he's 29. Hang on, I hate when you question me, Mr. Colm, but I do double check now. Yeah, he's 29. Turned 29 back in April, so he'll be 30 next April. Jeez. Yeah, he has been around for so damn long. It's ridiculous. I probably have known him for over 10 years because he came on the scene quite young, didn't he? Yeah. Carlo has best fan zone and facilities in the world. This is the positive for me now. Possibly too. Absolutely brilliant. He's been playing footy for longer than I have been on this, and I'm 32. Oh, I love it. Right, let's get into what people have chosen for lineups. And yeah, there's some awful ones. There's also some ones that they've actually picked injured players. I don't know why. Maybe they know something I don't know, but yeah, we'll get onto it. Okay, so we're going to start with the first one. As you can tell, there's a Zinni in there. There's quite a few Zinnies in these squads. I don't know why, because as far as I know, he's out. But you know, who knows? Who knows? We'll move on. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Rice, Nwaneri, Saka, Sterling, Jesus. 6. That's a 6. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. There's just so many problems that I just don't like. Jesus being up front is being one of them. Jorginho has not impressed me this season. So that makes me worry because I do think Crystal Palace will probably go stronger than we will tonight. And Zinni at left back, hell no. Next team, Raya, Nichols, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis, Skelly, Jorginho, Rice, Nwaneri, Jesus, Sterling, Havertz. Got no issues with Jesus on the right wing. But I'm going to give that one a 7 because, again, Jorginho, I don't want to see him, if I'm honest. If we're going to play it, if we want to rest party, put Lewis Skelly there. That's my opinion. Next team, Raya, Timber, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Party, Rice, Nwaneri, Saka, Sterling, Trossard. This is better. I like this. There's resting. It's a good enough team. Nwaneri, by the way, is in every single team tonight, which is nice to see. I'm going to give that an 8. I like that one. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Heaven. Oh, for God's sake, doing so well. Party, Rice, Nwaneri, Jesus, Trossard, Heather, 6. Any team that's got Zinchenko in is going to get a 6. It's as simple as that. Raya, Timber, Kivior, Heaven, Lewis, Skelly, Party, Rice, Nwaneri, Jesus, Martinelli, Havertz. Ooh, I like this one. Kivior Heaven. I think if you swapped Heaven and Kivior, I'd probably give it an 8. But it's going to get a 7 just because Kivior and Heaven, I feel, need to be swapped because Kivior is better on the left. Heaven's better on the right. So, yeah, that would be a 7 just because of that. Raya, Nichols, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly, Jorginho, Zinchenko in midfield. Got no issues with that. Ranieri, Jesus, Martinelli, Havertz. That's going to get a 7 again because of Jorginho. Sorry. Okay, Raya, Timber, Heaven, Gabriel, Lewis, Skelly, Partey, Zinchenko, Ranieri, Saka, Trossard, Jesus. That is an 8, actually. Yes, I do score teams at 8 with Zinchenko in when you put him in the right position. Yeah, I like that one. Next one, Setford, Timber, Heaven, Kivior, Zinchenko, Lewis, Skelly, Rice, Ranieri, Sterling, Jesus, and Havertz. 6. I don't need to explain why. And the final one is Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis, Skelly, Partey, Zinchenko, Ranieri, Saka, Sterling, Trossard. That is a very simple 8. Very simple. I like that one a lot. Let's have a look. I've rattled Hulk off. I was saying Williamson in. They don't get a sense of humour. I said so much change. That was Simpson. It's amazing, isn't it? That young lad that made his Champions League debut over there has to play. That will be Lewis Skelly. I'm guessing. I'll be honest, because Lewis Skelly and Ranieri have been playing a few games now, so it's quite hard which one you're working out, but I'm guessing you mean Lewis Skelly. Arsenal have to win this game or forget league title for the moment and take cups seriously. I'd be honest, mate. Champions League and league is gone for me. Not because I think Liverpool have won it. It's more to the fact that Arsenal can't win it. We just don't have the gonads to do it, in my opinion. Big up to Temi saying, Bobby, we're not winning this match unless Sonny plays. No. Team. Okay. Raya, Galiba, Timber, NMS. Oh, God. Marino, Rice, Ranieri, Saka, Trossard, Jesus. Oh, jeez. 7. Sorry, mate. Marino and Jesus, definitely not. Give you City Lions get 10s. Hell no. Not when I'm doing it. Alternative team, Zinny ties 11, 8-0 win. You're all trying to wire me up now. Royal, Raya. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Partey, Rice, Ranieri, Saka, Trossard, Havertz. Now that's better. That's an 8. I've got no issues with that. That's fine. Need a strong side, says Silver. Big up to Silver one. We're not winning this match unless Cine plays. God, well, he's injured. As far as I'm fully aware, he's injured. For Arsenal fans watching, you will get a 10 when you put Kivior on defence and Cine in midfield. Yes, correct. Carlisle have IXG. Give him January window. Stop being negative, lads. I need this trophy not once since 1993, and a tiny taste of success for this group of players would be beneficial, in my opinion. I wouldn't mind seeing a Sterling, Kai, and Saka front three. I wouldn't have an issue with that at all. I wouldn't mind resting Saka if we can. I personally would put Jesus on the right. But yeah, Saka, Sterling, Kai up front. Front three, got no issues with that at all. But yeah, I do agree that I feel we need to win a trophy, a proper trophy. Look, I know the history of the Charity Shield, so I know how important it is for off the field issues. But when it comes to saying I've won 3 trophies and 2 of them are the Community Shield, I'll be honest, you're kind of fooling your butt. Because it's not a big trophy. It's not a trophy that anyone really takes seriously. So you've won 1 trophy, my dear friend. It's like saying you won the Audi Cup or something. That's kind of the same situation, in my opinion. Right. We all know what time it is. It's the best time of the day. Who cares about Christmas? It's challenge time, people. And it's a special one. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so it's a retro challenge. Oh, yes, it's the retro challenge. Why am I sounding like a game show? Oh, that sounds like a game show there. Anyway, choose 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the opposition. Any player from the squad list can be selected. Now, I will be honest, this is from 1992-93 season. So the squad list was very hard. And because I couldn't get the Crystal Palace bench, I felt that I had to even it up by not putting the Arsenal bench on, because obviously I've got the Arsenal history book. So I can literally get the squad list for the Arsenal, but I couldn't get the Crystal Palace one. So I've just put the subs that were used. So it is a slightly reduced subs bench, just so everyone's fully aware. Only because I felt it was unfair if I did the Arsenal bench, but not the Crystal Palace bench. So yeah, so it is a slightly reduced subs bench tonight. There's only 2 for the Arsenal and 1 for the Crystal Palace, because that's all they used in the game. But anyway, 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 forward from the opposition must be included. Once you select a player, you cannot swap him. Formation of the home team is always selected. So it is Arsenal's formation for people that are not aware of that. It's goalkeeper, right back, centre back, left back, DM, 2 midfielders, right winger, left winger, striker. Okay. Right. Whew. Got through all that now. Right. Let's go back and see where people have been. Before I bring up the teams, Arteta calling Shield Trophy has made me rename him Eric of 10 Teta. Alternative 11, bugger off. Just bugger off. Jose been counted them as trophies too. Well, anything that Jose does, you should not do. Arteta embarrassed the fame, but yeah, exactly. It was just... yeah, ridiculous. Best time of the day when you end the stream, just messing. Love you too, mate. How hard will an alternative challenge team be? Interesting. Interesting challenge, says Silver One. In good old days, it was only 3 subs on. It was, yeah, and it was very hard to find the Crystal Palace. I didn't have much time to do it, so I couldn't contact who I normally contact. So I've just felt it had to even it up a bit. So these are the 2 teams. So there are the 2 teams for you. I'm just going to see if I can quickly just help you out a little bit more, because it is quite tricky, if I'm honest, just in case people don't know who on earth are these people. Because it is very possible that no one really knows who they are, and that's fine. I've got no issues with that. Let's just quickly see if I can get the teams up. There we go. Right. So for Crystal Palace, because that's probably where most people are going to struggle, it's Nigel Martyn, Chris Coleman, John Humphrey, Gareth Southgate, Eric Young, Dean Gordon, Eddie McGoldrick, Simon Osborne, Simon Roger, Jeff Thomas, and Grant Watts. And the sub is George Nadar. For the Arsenal, it's David Seaman, Tony Adams, Lee Dixon, Steve Morrow, Andy Linnigan, Nigel Winterburn, Jimmy Carter, Paul Davis, Paul Merson, Alan Smith, Ian Wright, David Hillier, and rest in peace, Kevin Campbell. So yes. You can't read. Okay, well, what? I will go through it for you one more time. Let's see if I can go through this for. So it's Nigel Martyn, Eric Young. Oh, hang on. I think it's John Humphrey. Hang on, I just had it up on my blimmin' screen then. Hang on. Oh, stupid. Get off. You annoying adverts. Go away. John Humphrey, Gareth Southgate, Eric Young, Dean Gordon, Chris Coleman, Eddie McGoldrick, Simon Osborne, Simon Roger, Jeff Thomas, and Grant Watts. So I hope everyone... Yes, can't read the names of the Palace side. No worries, mate. Hopefully I can... see if I can put it up quickly. I don't know if you'll be able to... I had a feeling, because this is stupid colours of the Crystal Palace, red and blue. It's blimmin' annoying. Let's see if I can quickly put it up. Let's see if I can type it up. Hang on. Martyn, Young, Humphrey, Coleman, Southgate, Gordon, Roger, McGoldrick. Arsenal fans should definitely know who that is by now. Watts, Sub, Nadar. How about that? Look at that. Type it up very quickly there. Right, so that's the team. Martin, Young, Humphrey, Coleman, Southgate, Gordon, Roger, McGoldrick, Osborne, Thomas, Watts, and Subnadar. Obviously, I quickly typed that up, so I do apologise if there's no commas in between some of them. So it is Nigel Martin, Chris Coleman, John Humphrey, Gareth Southgate, Eric Young, Dean Gordon, Eddie McGoldrick, Simon Osborne, Simon Roger, Jeff Thomas, Grant Watts. I will be absolutely honest, not a single European player was on the pitch. They were all English, Irish, Welsh, and there's a Northern Irish player as well, I believe. I think that's Stephen Morrow in it. I think Steve Morrow is the Northern Irish player. So yeah. Yes, we did. We did. I was there, mate. I was there at the final. It was very fun. All right. So, hopefully you managed to do that. So, obviously had Ian and Eddie have taken part in doing this. What I will do for the weekend is make sure the Crystal Palace lineup comes up better. Because, well, no, actually it'll be the normal one, won't it? Because this is the League Cup weekend. It'll be Premier League. So that means Crystal Palace lineup. Ha! Yes. Right. We'll start with Eddie first. So he's gone with Martin in goal, Young, Coleman, Adams, Winterburn, Davis, Merson, Nadar, Alan Smith on the right wing, Eddie McGoldrick on the left wing, and Ian Wright up front. Now, I know I'm really kind sometimes. I am kind. But I do feel that is pushing it a little bit. Actually, more than a little bit. Because I do allow some allowances for allowing certain players to play on the wing when they remain a striker if they're capable of doing it. But in my opinion, Alan Smith could not be a right winger. I just can't allow it. So it only means one thing, Eddie.
I don't think so. No. I don't think so.
So Eddie, sorry mate, alter foul. Look, I'm quite nice majority of the time, but I can't have Alan Smith as a right winger. I just can't. I've seen him play. I just no. So Ian's gone with Seaman, Young, Adams, Southgate, Winterburn, Davis, Osborne, Thomas, Merson, McGoldrick, and Wright. Okay. Definitely not an alter foul. But this is not an agenda against Southgate, by the way. Because I don't like. It wasn't the greatest Crystal Palace team, if I remember. Alan Smith. Honestly, Timmy, no. He just would never have been able to do that on the right wing, would he? Let's be honest. Just would have been an absolute nightmare. It's just not happening. Just not happening at all. Ian. Right. I don't know what to do with Ian. Paul Davis, great midfielder. Osborne, decent. Thomas, decent. Going on to good, to be fair. Merson, fantastic. McGoldrick, fantastic. Righty, obviously, we all know. Winterburn, Southgate, Adams, Young. I'm struggling to give this a good mark. I don't know why, though. I'm thinking an 8. If I'm honest. So Southgate was a defender. England hired him. Defenders never make good managers. He was such a boring player as well. I didn't enjoy watching him play. I really didn't. I've never been a great fan of Southgate. Now, he had a good, I think it was a great relationship with Ugo Ekiog at Villa. Pretty sure that was the combo there. And to be fair, they complement each other. But yeah, I just never really highly rated him, if I'm honest. Southgate as a player, he just never really did it for me. Like, I like my defenders, everyone knows that. I just never really liked him. Ooh, okay. Nice. I see what Chris is trying here. Because yeah, to be fair, Southgate, he could do the DM role. Okay. So he's gone with Nigel. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Right. Nigel Martin, decent goalkeeper. So yeah, I'll allow that one. Lee Dixon, Tony Adams, Chris Coleman, decent defender. I really don't have much of an issue with Chris Coleman, if I'm honest. Nigel Winterburn, Southgate in DM role. Yep, I'll go with that. Roger, Merson in midfield, McGoldrick, Campbell, righty. What's Chris saying? I've watched old clips of both. I know some of the Palestine ones. I know I put in. Oh, awesome stuff. You are a legend, mate, honestly. I love the fact that people actually go out their way to watch teams that have nothing to do with them, but you go and watch these players just to see who they are and stuff. Great respect to you. I'm old enough to remember these. Now I've got to try and work out what to score you. Obviously, you're never going to get a 10, just so you know, because this is Crystal Palace that was a decent enough team, Arsenal team that I loved. So 9's the maximum. I'm trying to work out if you've got a 9 here. I think you have, mate, to be fair. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a 9. I think that's decent enough. Yeah, it's decent enough team, mate. Well done. That wasn't easy, to be fair. This one's quite a tricky one, especially from 1993. Pick any 6 for Arsenal and then 5 random fans for Palace. Probably would get the same scores. Well, no, to be fair, this was the semi-finals, the League Cup, back in 1993. We beat them 5-1 on aggregate. That's when we used to do two-legged semi-finals, and I think the away goal stood as well then. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Campbell Cos, as much as he's Everton great striker and right, he could do. Yeah, 100%, mate. Well, this is why I'm going with a 9, because I think I just think that they're really, really good. KC was never one of my favourite Arsenal players, but seeing him doing the streaming and all that kind of stuff, you grew to like him. But he was never someone that I was like. I remembered highly as a footballer. It was Smudger, Burkamp, Righty. But yeah, mate, I was like 5 months old. Back in Sheffield, weren't you? Yeah. Oh, the good old days, eh, mate? Back in Sheffield. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Not shocked Chris done well on that. This is very knowledgeable. Oh, he is. I do love Chris. He's awesome. Awesome lad. Right. Predictions. I'll be honest, I haven't got a clue. It's so hard when you don't know the teams. Like, if the weekend's going to be different because I'll know the teams roughly, but I haven't got a clue what either manager are going to do tonight. I haven't got a clue. I don't know if Crystal Palace is going to go full strength to go for it. I don't know if Arteta's going to go full strength and go for it, or rotate. I haven't got a clue. Oh, I love you, Cole. Arsenal 1-1, Crystal Palace, Arsenal on penalties. Jeez. You know what? It could be. don't we know about it, mate? I tell you, the conversation non-stop has just been talking about low blocks for the past 2 weeks with the data team and the stats team. It's ridiculous. But yes, we are going to struggle with that tonight. And Ketia Quartet showing us what we are missing. Temi, I'll be honest, if that happens tonight, we're all coming for you. I honestly don't think Arteta could handle the headlines tomorrow. If that was the case, if Eddie, just imagine it, the Arsenal fan base and Eddie scores 4 against us tonight. Jeez. Arsenal struggle to break low blocks down. Yes, we bloody well do. 3-2 to Arsenal, says Colm. Palace will set up as a low block. If Nketiah scores, oh mate, it's going to be a bloody nightmare. It's good. There's no nice way of putting it. It's going to be a bloody nightmare. Oh God. All I can say is I actually hope he doesn't play tonight, because the risk of that, because when we played Fulham, now unfortunately for Smith Rowe, he had a stinker. I don't think he'd handled the pressure very well, but Smith Rowe was our boy. Came through the Arsenal ranks. Eddie, slightly different. Eddie, I believe we got him from Chelsea. I can't remember what age we got him from Chelsea, but he's not Arsenal through and through. He was a Chelsea boy at some point. I can't remember when we got him. So Eddie scoring at us. Oh, no. Don't feel I could help it, if I'm honest. Palace will be dangerous with pace on counter. Mateta has great hold up. He does. I've never really got the signing of Mateta. I just don't get him sometimes when I watch him play, and I'm like, what are you? But yeah, we are going to see a Super P showing from Mikel Arteta tonight. Oh mate, honestly. I saw Eddie at the weekend, one-on-one, try to chip it, goes wide. My fault. He's scoring against Arsenal after that. Yeah, it would just be our luck, mate. If Nketiah is the man to knock Arsenal, oh jeez, yeah. Yeah, I can just imagine it. But I will be back tomorrow at some point to do the reaction to whatever happens tonight. I will be watching the game, but because there's possibility of extra time and stuff, I just don't want to do a stream and then have to end it because people need to go to bed and stuff. So I won't be doing it, but I will do the watch along. Also, sorry, I will be back tomorrow to do reaction. And then, obviously, we've got the match preview for the weekend game, also against Crystal Palace, which is at Selhurst Park. It was like Brentford scoring against Liverpool. It's just mad, isn't it? Oh, it's just painful. Anyway, guys, I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Big up to the 80 people who are currently watching. Really appreciate it. Speak to you all later. Bye-bye.